Hey everyone, welcome back to our journey through the Bible. Today, we're diving into one of the most pivotal and dramatic nights in biblical history, the Passover and the Exodus from Egypt. After 9 devastating plagues, Pharaoh's heart remained hard. But the 10th and final plague would be the one to break Egypt's resolve and set God's people free. God gave Moses detailed instructions for the night of deliverance. This was a plan that required faith and obedience, a plan centered around a single powerful symbol, the blood of a lamb. Each Israelite family was to select a perfect lamb on the 10th day of the month, one without any defect, and keep it for 4 days. On the 14th day at twilight, they would slaughter it and spread its blood on the door frames of their houses using hyssop branches. When I see the blood, I will pass over you, God promised. No destructive plague will touch you when I strike Egypt. The blood was the mark of protection. They were to roast the lamb over a fire and eat it with bitter herbs and unleavened bread in a very specific way. They had to eat it in haste. The families were to prepare for a journey, dressed for travel with sandals on their feet and staff in hand. Whatever remained by morning must be burned. The herbs were a tangible reminder of the bitterness of their 430 years of slavery in Egypt. The unleavened bread, because there would be no time for dough to rise. This meal would be called Passover, commemorated by their descendants forever. All across the land of Goshen, the Israelites obeyed. Blood marked their doorposts as the angel of death, the destroyer, swept through the land of Egypt. But this was not random destruction. The destroyer moved with divine purpose. At midnight, a horrifying cry echoed from every Egyptian home, a sound of unimaginable grief and loss. From Pharaoh's palace to the prisoner's cell, every firstborn son struck down, just as God had spoken. But in Goshen, where blood marked the doors, Israel's children slept safely. The destroyer saw the blood on the doorposts and passed over them, just as God had promised. Not a single Israelite life was lost. The tragedy and grief finally broke Pharaoh's stubborn will. In the middle of the night, he summoned Moses and Aaron. "Leave my people, you and the Israelites. Go, worship the Lord as you have requested. Take your flocks and herds and go, and also bless me." The Egyptians urged them to hurry, fearing they would all be dead. The Egyptians, in their desperation to see the Israelites go, showered them with gifts of silver, gold, and clothing. Another of God's promises that they would not leave empty-handed, but would plunder their oppressors. 600,000 men, plus women and children, departed Egypt that night, not as fleeing slaves, but as a delivered nation. After 430 years, exactly on the appointed day, the Lord brought his people out of Egypt. The lamb's blood had sheltered them. The destroyer had passed over. Redemption had come through sacrifice. Every detail, every moment, was part of God's sovereign plan, set in motion long before. The Passover was the key that unlocked their freedom. The blood of an innocent lamb had been shed, and through that sacrifice, an entire nation was redeemed. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this incredible story. It's a foundational narrative that echoes throughout the rest of the Bible. If you found this meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. We love hearing from you, so leave a comment below with your thoughts. Until next time, take care